You ever reach overhead, you want to get that box of cookies on the shelf and oh, you feel something either pinch or catch in your shoulder. So you stretch it, you move it around a little, it eases up. And then you get a second cookie and it comes back. So let's take a look at what's happening, why that's happening, a few things that you could do about it, and then let's also look at why it might not even be your shoulder. Your shoulder is one of the most mobile joints in the body. Think of it like a golf ball on a tee where it can move in almost any direction. And because of that freedom, your brain is hyper-vigilant about keeping it safe. If your brain loses track of where that ball is, it hits the emergency brake, creating tension or pain. That tension often comes from a sensory blind spot. So if the nerves around your shoulder are not sending clear signals, your brain treats that area like a dark room. And just like you wouldn't run around fast in a dark room, your brain will not let your shoulder move freely until it feels safe again. Now, because the body is a master of compensation, a blind shoulder often recruits the neck or the traps or even the jaw to help out. And that's why your shoulder ache can actually lead to a stiff neck or even a headache. We're not just fixing a joint, we're clearing the communication lines. So to fix this, we use drills to turn those lights back on and show the brain that movement is safe. And when the brain feels safe, it releases that brake and then gives you your range of motion back. So now let's take a quick look at a few drills. So before we start our drills, we want to set a baseline. So I'm going to use a range of motion assessment. I'm going to put my palms together, keep my feet planted on the ground, and notice I have a T-shaped mark here. That's to make sure I reassess in the same exact spot each time. So I'm going to mark where I'm at right here, and on my left side I'm going to mark where I currently am, and I'm going to start. The very first drill, always want to start with is sensory. We want to do sensory before motor. So I'm going to use my knuckles for this. And I'm going to go all around my shoulder here, okay? And only do this for about 10 seconds. It's to wake up the area. It's to get to all the nerve endings here. And it's to really help locate this area, because if we don't know where something is, we cannot move it with quality. So it's a super quick sensory drill. That's to get us started. The next thing we're going to do is use a theory. Now, we're talking about, in this case, our shoulder. I actually do have an issue going on with my right shoulder. We're going to use a theory called opposing joints, because when we walk, for example, we do not walk like toy soldiers. As human beings, we naturally walk with opposing joints. And with that, because of a back force transmission and all that gravity and the force that comes up every time we step, there are opposing joints that work together. So our foot works with our hand, our knee with our elbow, and in this case, our hip with our shoulder, the opposite, because that force transmission crosses over in the middle here. So right shoulder, I'm going to work my left hip. And if I'm having an issue reaching up to get that box of cookies here, this is something called shoulder flexion. I'm going to do the opposite. We always want to work out of pain, and I'm going to do hip extension. So it's an opposite movement here. So I could do something simple as, and I'm going to use this, it's not a balancing drill, so I could use some assistance and simply extend my hip. And this could be it. Now for me, I like to add, I'm a mover and I like to add a little load, so I would normally put a band around my ankle there and then use a little resistance to extend my hip. So this is the second drill here. The third drill now, we're going to work a little bit of our vestibular system, and we're going to do something called a compass lunge here. And a compass lunge is actually working and doing a lunge in a compass. So one foot is going to stay planted. I'll start on my left side. And I'm going to go 12 o'clock, 2:30. It's not a deep lunge. 3, 4:30, 6 o'clock. And now I'm going to do the other side. And what's great about this is that it's incorporating all of our systems here. It's vestibular, it's proprioceptive, and it's also using our eyesight. It's using a little bit of everything. So now that we're done, I'm going to go back in my mark here. And let's check and reassess. And yes, I'm about a foot further on this side. And oh yeah, almost 2 feet further on this side. So I just reassessed really well. So that means these drills are really good for me, and they are targeted to help my shoulder, especially when we did that opposing joint. So give those a try with me. See how you do. Let me know if you have any questions, and I can't wait to hear from you.